Roxy Barlow with Simply Straight Organizing Solutions and Simply Straight Sundays. Today we are doing, and here's this error again. What is that keeps popping up? I don't know what that is. All right. We're doing paper. Paper. Tax season is coming up. Not really, but really, all right? And you need to get your papers organized. A lot of you guys are taking this time during COVID to go see the doctor. You need to get your health papers organized. A lot of you guys are collecting mail, junk mail, and not opening it. You got to get that organized, okay? Paper, I'm going to tell you the truth, is one of the hardest, longest things to go through, okay? So I divided this into 2 steps. Today we're going to do basically a purge and a sort. A gut and then a sort. Maybe we'll start purging, okay? So the first thing you want to do is collect all your papers. This is my system, okay? Things I need to go through go in these red bins. I got these red bins from Dollar Tree, okay? Dollar Tree, all right? And I just throw them in these bins. Now, typically, they're empty and they're inside each other. They nest inside each other like this, right? And then I start throwing papers in them. Then I take it out and then start throwing papers in the next tray. Once these trays get full, then I know it's time to go through your paper. What are you doing, Roxy? Now, I usually go through my garage to get my mail, and in my garage there's a garbage can, all right? And so I bring my mail back up, and I stand over the garbage can, and I usually am good at throwing junk mail. Sometimes I'll go out the front door. I don't get a chance to do that. But I try not to let any junk mail into my house, okay? And there's also a way that you can unsubscribe and get off their mailing list if you have the time or want to hire somebody to do it, all right? So we're going through paper. We're going through paper. I'm going to get those papers. I'm going to get the papers. All right, I don't know what song that is. I think it's Usher mixed with one of my friend's songs. So you want to get all your paper together. If you don't have a filing system, I can show you 3 different filing systems that I have here at my house. Don't call me crazy. I've been here for years. But I have 3 file systems, all right? So the first one is my everyday. This is just a milk crate. It's portable. I can carry it with where I want to. And these are things that I use at least once a week, okay? Some of them are personal. Some of them are for the home. Some of them are for my business, okay, for Simply Straight. And these are files that I usually go to. This system is, I want it a little more color-coded and labeled, so I'm going to fix this system. But you can get a simple milk crate, okay? And this could be your filing system, okay? You can get 2 milk crates where you just throw papers randomly in one, and when it gets full, then you insert it into your file system, okay? That's one file system, the milk crate. Okay? And you can also steal these from the back of your grocery store. I don't know why I said that. That's illegal. Don't do that. All right. Another system I have, and this is a system I use to just kind of archive stuff. All right. This is where my business stuff is archived from maybe about 10 years ago. Or maybe about 6 years ago, okay? I try to go through these maybe once a year, every other year. And these are just invoices, receipts, and things that I need for taxes, and I archive this. Or you can get a bin like this for everybody in your family. You can put a fancy label on it, okay? And I got this from Office Depot. I got this crate from Target, as the French say, all right? And these are just some archival files, or this could be your file system. Get a couple of these. They stack. They come in different colors, all right? They come in blue and pink and yellow, and I think I've seen green. I don't know if I saw yellow, but I definitely saw green. All right, so that's another system. And then finally, we have the file system. I don't know if you can see this. I put my file cabinet on wheels. Let me see if you can see this. Can I turn in? Can you turn down? Turn down for what? Let me get my glasses because you know I can't see. Oh. All right, so can you guys see this? All right, so this is just a drawer that has pens, dry erase markers. This is usually up in the office, all right? Then I have files These are like they're not my permanent files. I probably need to get a new file cabinet. I really want one that's fire resistant just in case of a house fire. But these files I use, maybe I go through them once a month, okay? Maybe every 4 weeks, okay? And they're categorized and they're color coded, but I want the folders inside to be color coded so that they match the theme or the master label. This is home. Home is where the heart is. I made that red. This is health. I don't know why I thought purple was health, just because of Purple Heart. I don't know. I know that's veterans, but whatever. All right, and then I have financial, which is green. And then I have blue, which is business. And then I have another thing. And then I have another drawer down here. So that's a third system. I wanted to keep it small because when we get those big cabinets, we're basically 80% of that we don't need, all right? So you can pick a system. This is my labeler. I'm going to label my folders. And this is just a Brother P-Touch label with a fancy little case, all right? So those are 3 systems that I have another system. So this is my 3rd system, or 4th system, okay? I also use this. This has my very important information in there. Our birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates, passports, social security cards, all right? In this stage, we have a fireproof safe, and this stays in the safe, and I'll show you how to get here, okay? Do you want to get here? Yes, you want to get here? So what we're doing today is we're going through paper. I showed you some different systems that I use. I have 4 different systems. I have an archival system. I have an everyday system. I have a monthly system, and then I have my important papers all in one place, so if there's an emergency, all I have to do is grab this, and all of us will have documentation, all right? Because documentation is key right now, okay? Also, you want to go through your papers just for your sanity. Stop looking at clutter. Why is paper all over your floor? What is going on? You're just throwing stuff everywhere? You don't have a plan. If you don't have a plan to fail. But if you don't have a plan, isn't the plan to fail an actual plan? I don't know. Anyway, all right, so go through your papers, all right? I'm going to take this down. This is my archival system. That's how I archive, or you can use that for your regular system, and we'll talk more about that. This is my everyday. And then I have my monthly file cabinet right here, okay? So, the first thing you want to do, okay? You know there's 5 steps, all right? If you guys know me, you know there's 5 steps. Let me put my 5 steps in order before we discuss them. Okay? I see somebody here, but let me put my glasses. You know, I'd be trying to front like I didn't wear glasses. Hey, Shar, 4 systems. Okay, come on back, Mabons. Watch it later. Yes, I have 4 systems because that works for me, all right? And every system doesn't work for everybody, but there's some, like in the file cabinet, I don't need to get to this every day. These are just documents that I usually need to keep for a year or 7 years, okay? Up to 7 years, we'll talk about paper retention. And then I have it every day, or at least once a week. This is where my bills are. Some health stuff. I've been going to the doctor and getting checked up, okay? So all my stuff that I need readily available goes in this, all right? And they're all in different locations. And then this is my archive. This is how I archive, but you can use this system for everybody in your house, okay? You can get 1 box to each person, and you can label accordingly. But first, before we talk about the system, and of course, important paperwork system, that's the grab and go. Ooh, I gotta go, all right? But first, you have to go through these 5 steps, ladies and gents. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5 steps are here, the 5 steps are here, they're in the house. Every time I move, there's a slow motion. All right, so the first step is the gut. Get all your papers together. Get them into one space. Even if you have to just throw them in a box, get them into one space, because what you don't want to happen is that you go through all the papers and then you go to another room and then you find a whole nother heap or pile or box or stash of papers, okay? You don't want that to happen to you. You got to get all the paper together. Did you hear me? All the paper, okay? So you want to gut all your paper. You want to hit this paper in one time, and I guarantee you, that once you go through all this paper, you'll never get out of hand again. Now, if you have way more paper than me and it's all over the place, just bring it into the room and just throw it anywhere. Just get all the paper into one room, all right? And then take your time. Maybe work 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes to an hour. Time yourself, okay? Make a goal. And then before you know it, just piece by piece by piece, your office will be able to be used, or whatever space the clutter and papers and things are happen, all right? So, we talked about how I walk in. I go to the trash can, I usually throw out my junk mail, then I come in and I throw it in one of these baskets, all right? These baskets are located upstairs near my bedroom, so it's fine for me. I throw them in the basket. Then when these two baskets get full, and they sit on top of my file cabinet here, so they sit on top of my file cabinet, and when they get full, I know I need to go back and go through them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to sort through them. Now, with paper, there's more than one sort. There's going to be 2, maybe even 3 sorts. The first sort is we're going to figure out whether we're going to keep, all right? We might keep some stuff, and to keep stuff, I'm putting in these greens because green means go, keep and go, all right? That's our keep. Can you see that? Because that's important. This is our keep pile. Let me straighten this up. Let me get professional real quick. All right, so this is your keep pile, right? This is what we're getting rid of. This is no. This is don't go past go. This is go. We're keeping this, all right? Keep. Then you want to, I think I still need to straighten this. Is this straightened, people? Can you see? All right. Then you want to have somewhere where you can recycle. You see that? Recycle. Is that going to be in the way? Can you see the sign? This is just horrible. And then shred, okay? And we'll talk about things to shred. Recycle and shred. Shred, I'm going to put over here. Can you guys see shred? Shred. Oh, does it need to be over? Okay, that's my shred. All right, and this is my recycle. All right, so some things that aren't case sensitive, I will recycle. And the things that I don't want out there in the streets, I will shred. All right, let me wear my glasses. I think somebody might be asking me a question. What about kids' artwork? Oh, okay. So kids' artwork can be done in kids' schoolwork. So, artwork. Now, if your kid is bringing home big posters that you don't want to bend or roll up, I mean, you can fold them neatly if you want to fold them. A lot of parents don't want to fold them. You can roll them up and put a rubber band on them and put them in maybe a basket like this or one of those Dollar Tree waste baskets, you know, the wire ones, and put it in the kid's corner and stack them like that. Or you can go out and get a portfolio, an artist portfolio bag, and you can store them in that. You can also store them in those huge Ziploc bags and put them under your bed or under something flat or in a under bed bin, a flat wide bin. Or you can just take a cardboard box, collapse it, and then slide it in the cardboard box and then store the cardboard box there. So there's so many ways you can keep artwork, okay? Another way, if you just don't want to keep all the bulk of it, you can get it scanned and you can create a whole bounded hardback book that has the kids' artwork, and they're pretty sweet. So all the artwork is in a book, maybe like a rectangular book, maybe about a 13 by, I don't know, 8 or 7 book, okay, that you can get made with all the kids' artwork, and then you can toss all the hard copies, if that's your thing. But there's so many ways to store the artwork. Schoolwork, I would use these. Oh, I'm getting a little workout. Oh, my shred. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh. All right, so schoolwork, I would throw in here, okay? If you have kids, excuse me, if you have kids, you can get a couple of these, okay? Sure, I know you got 2, baby, my niece and my nephew. All right, and you can create a box for them, okay? You can just throw the papers in there, or you can develop a filing system, and we'll talk about that, okay? But kids' artwork, there's so many ways. There's so many ways. And there's cheap ways, and there's expensive ways, and there's fancy ways. All right, there's so many ways. It's just up to you. Okay? I personally, because I'm a minimalist, like the idea of scanning the artwork and putting it in a book. And that way I can keep all the artwork, you know? and one condensed space, and then have a collection of books. Maybe your first grade artwork has a book. Your second grade artwork has a book. And unless they're really into art will probably phase out about middle school, okay? So you only have to keep that much. All right, so what were we doing? Sorting. We're going through paper. I have an area that I'm going to keep stuff. These green baskets mean go. I'm keeping this stuff. I have recycle, okay? Remember to recycle your paper. Don't throw anything away unless you know it has like a plastic or something that may not be recyclable. All right, then I have a shred basket. This is sensitive information that I don't want anybody to have. There's so many ways to shred. You can shred it yourself if you have a shredding machine. You can get some shredding scissors and cut through the sensitive information, or you can take it to your local Home Depot. And I think now the UPS stores or the postal stores, the UPS stores, I think have a shredder, and they charge you by the pound, and you can have them shredded. Some places it will give you the option of watching it, because I like to watch my stuff get shredded, all right, and you can watch it get shredded, all right, or you can have companies come to you. There's a company called Shred It that will come to your house and shred it on site at your house, all right, so shredding. This is the stuff that I don't want out in the streets being hacked, and then everyone takes my millions, because you know I'm a millionaire. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to sort. This is the part that's not so exciting. All right, do we have any questions? Anybody know? Anybody care? Anybody love? All right, so let's talk about stuff we keep. This is a paper. You guys remember newspapers? All right, and I said I was going to read the paper, but I don't. I just kind of Google stuff. So I think I'm going to unsubscribe to the paper. And how you do that is there's numbers. I don't know if you can see this, but there's contact information on any kind of flyer or something that you get. There's contact information, and you can ask to be taken off the list, all right? So I think I'm going to ask to be taken off the list for this, and this is going to be recycled. And it says, to stop receiving this delivery, please contact our customer care department. So that's going to get recycled. Here's my recycle, all right? So right now, I'm just figuring out whether I'm going to keep this stuff, okay? These two baskets are a no. Let me put this in the back right here. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? All right, so I may keep this stuff, all right? Recycle this stuff. Shred this stuff. I think this needs to be over a little more. Here you go. Shred. Can you see it? Am I going the right way? No, this way. Why can't I get this in the... Oh, because it has to be all the way over here. And that's too close to me. Well, let me move back. All right. All right, and this is my shred. All right. Move here, and shred can be... Do you see the struggle of technology that's happening here? The struggle of... That's my shred. Can you see it? All right, and I'm going through these things. And what we're doing is step 2. I already got it. I already got all my papers together, okay? These are all my papers, all my filing systems. Everything is together into one room. So if you're doing this, you need to pick a room that can get messy and stay messy for a good 2-3 weeks, okay? Or pick an area on the floor that can get messy. Or clear an area on the floor that can be messy for a while, because paper can get messy. So you're going to take all the papers all over the house. Anywhere you know there's a paper, bring it to one place, okay? So you don't have to go through that paper again. Now we're sorting. We're figuring out what we're going to keep, all right? What we're going to recycle, and then what we're going to shred. And we'll talk about shredding again. All right, these are these gardeners and things that advertise. This is for landscaping. Now, I can call him also and tell him I want to be off the list, all right? I can't recycle these rocks, so this is just a throwaway, and I don't have a throwaway. I should have. I'm going to use this top as a throwaway. Well, no, I'm going to just throw away and back of it, okay? That's a throwaway, and then this is a recycle. All right. Census, I already passed it out. There's no sensitive information. That's a recycle. So when you go through paperwork, you're also going to need an envelope opener. What is this called? An envelope opener? Is that what it's called? All right. A letter opener? All right. And then you're going to want to open all the mail. Actually open it. Even if you think you know what's inside, open it anyway. This is voters' registration. registration. We're voting in person, and they are pressing us. Like, we're getting this applications and all kinds of stuff. Does any of my sensitive information on here? So this has my address. I might want to shred that, okay? Just in the form, all right? And then the rest is recycled. You got to get a letter opener, okay? I have a little fancy letter opener that I got from, I don't know what this is, New York Stock Exchange, all right? Is that what NYSE means? Okay? And I may find letter opener nice because, you know, I don't want to do this. I got to have some luxury in this, all right? And here's another census. We already filled it out. Oh! I was supposed to mail this census. Oh, I didn't do my census. See what happens? I never mailed it. So I'm definitely keeping that, all right? Okay. Some other stuff that needs to be recycled. Catalogs. Stop. I don't even know how I got these. Be careful what you sign up for. But there are places. Here's a place right here where you can unsubscribe, and I'll unsubscribe to that and recycle it, all right? I don't know what this is. This is just an advertisement for a new grocery store. Recycle. I can Google it. This is a birth announcement. Keep. All right? So I'm keeping things that I need, things that I use, and that I love. All right? There's a lot of things that need to be kept in a certain time amount, and we'll talk about that as we go through this. What is this? This is something for the kids' school, so I'll keep that. All right? Easy rehab money. These are folders for something else. We're going to keep that. All right, so you go through these and then you make a decision. Try to make a decision within 5 seconds. Retirement. I keep my retirement forever, okay? Don't ever throw away your retirement plan, all right? Always keep that forever, okay? What is this? This is a receipt for a tire. Now, with receipts, I keep receipts up until they, expire in a sense. I keep receipts until the warranty or the exchange period is over, okay? Or if they have an expiration date on them, all right? So this we just got, we got this in August. We can recycle that, all right? This is a key. That's for business. All right, so you want to go through your papers. Notice how I'm looking at every piece of paper. I'm not skipping anything. I'm not saying, I got to look at it to make sure that I know. Here is a loan. You want to keep the loan as long as the loan is in or active, okay? Any kind of loan you want to keep as long as it's active, all right? I personally like to keep them a little longer than that, just in case there's some issues, or until I get a finalization of paying off the whole loan, and then I can get rid of it, okay? Here's another dental receipt. I'm just going to put this in health because I need to see if I can write this off, so I'm going to keep that, all right? Oh, you guys, these stickers that come to you. Shred those. Get rid of those. All right, this is important. Any kind of contract, you want to keep as long as it's active. So you want to go through all your papers, okay? Go through each paper. This is a loan we have going on. All right. This is a receipt for donations. I need to keep that. That's a tax write-off. Health information. So when you get an explanation of benefits, you want to keep that forever, okay? Any kind of bill that you've already paid and you're on to the next billing cycle, you can shred that. This is my health information. That has a lot of my information on it. You can shred it. Okay, these are applications for stuff. Remember, open the mail. Do not let the mail just sit there. And think about when you come in the house, what are you doing with the mail? You need to put a garbage can next to wherever you put the mail down. Sometimes you guys come into your houses and you put the mail down on a table in a foyer. Some of you guys come all the way into the kitchen and put the mail on the kitchen counter. Some of you guys put the mail next to the TV. Okay? Find a basket. It can be a fancy basket or it could be a not so fancy basket. Okay, I don't really have a fancy basket. But I use these and I throw the mail in here. This is upstairs in the office next to my bedroom, but I just throw it in here, okay? And then when it gets full, I go through it. Find a place to throw your mail and make sure you have some kind of container to throw it in. And then when you get full, you can go through it, or you can go through it every day. I don't go through my mail every day. That's just me, all right? This is a question I have for my husband, so I'll keep that. And then I'm just recycling all the garbage, all right, or all the papers. But notice, look what I'm doing, people. Look what I'm doing. I'm opening the mail. Is she opening the mail? Oh my God, she's opening the mail. This is from the IRS. You want to keep anything that's tax related. Okay, you want to keep that. All right. I don't really do return envelopes, but I need to start. Also, did you guys know? I know most of you guys know this, but I just have to put it out there. Did you know that you can mail your mail? If you're living in a house, and I think a mailbox that has a flight, well, usually if you're in an apartment, they have outgoing mail. But if you're at home and you don't want to go to the post office, you can put what you want to mail into your post office and then just raise that red or orange flag that's on the side of your mailbox, okay? And that way the mail person knows that you have something to mail before they put your mail in, all right? I know you guys probably knew that, but there's one person that didn't know that, I bet, all right? You want to go through your mail, okay? T-Mobile, I think we just paid this. And also, you want to go paperless, and that's my goal before the new year, before 2020, is that everything is paperless. Like, we don't need this T-Mobile information. What is this? We don't need this. We need to go paperless, all right? So think about going paperless. Here's some old checks. Canceled checks and things I keep for about 6 years, okay? Here's some mail that's my husband's. I'm going to let him open it. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to keep a little pile for him. All right? Let me just make a little subdivision for him because he needs to open his mail. All right? And if you have a husband that doesn't open their mail, join the club. All right? My husband knows what's important, and he opens that and then throws everything to the side, hoping to open it later. All right? So I'm going to put that. This is his pile that he needs to go through. Okay? This is also his pile, all right? So I think I probably have already sorted this into his stuff. Yep, this is all his, and I'm going to ask him if he needs this stuff, okay? And if he doesn't need this stuff, then we'll sort and contain as usual. All right, these are notes about our, oh no, this is a file of, whoa. Okay, so you'll come across a lot of paperwork. I canceled this subscription so I can recycle that. There's none of my information on there. We switched our company. This is a contract, so I'm going to keep this because we still have that. This is a dryer's manual. You can actually get these manuals online now, but since the warranty isn't up, I just kind of want to keep it until the warranty's up, okay? Retirement, remember you keep forever. Any kind of W-2s. The statute says 6 years, but I keep these. I just keep them. I don't feel comfortable. This is a dental bill. What is this? This is an estimate. Oh, I need this, okay? Any kind of dental and health records you want to keep 3 to 6 years. If you've had major surgery, I would keep those records forever, okay? This is for the kids. This is an admissions report, and it was a fail. I don't need this, but it has all my information on there, so I'm going to shred that, okay? Need that. Okay, so I'm going through. What we're doing is we have all our paperwork, okay? I know this doesn't look like much to you, but it's a lot for me to have accumulated. So what happens when I come home? I throw away most of the junk mail, and then I throw mail into these baskets, okay? Once these baskets, I sit them on like this on top of my file cabinet upstairs in the office, and once both of them get full, then I go through them, okay? And that could be anywhere from, 2 weeks to a month. It just depends. The holidays is where you're going to find more. Did this just come up? The holidays is where you're going to find more mail because they're going to send you catalogs. You're going to get a lot of Christmas cards this year, I bet, because you're not going to be able to see people, okay? And any kind of Christmas promotion. Also, you're going to get a lot of election information. That goes right in recycling for me, all right? Here is a prescription that I've already gotten. I'm going to shred that. Prescriptions, if you've already fulfilled them, you can pretty much throw the whatever the paperwork that came from the office home. Now, I do keep the prescription instructions on any new prescription. So if I get a prescription and I have the old, whatever they staple, the instruction and the warning sheet, whatever that is, I replace it, throw the old one out, and keep the new one, okay? But what I get from the office, if I already have it in a prescription, I don't need to. This is, what is this? Oh, this is important, all right? Okay, so I'm trying to make decisions within the seconds on what to keep and what can get recycled or what can get shredded. This is my shred, all right? We're doing paper. Paper's important. Taxes are coming up. You're going to need your paperwork in order, especially if you got some kind of state, government, or federal loan in the pandemic. You're going to need to show that paperwork at the end of this all to either repay or show proof. Trust and believe. So you want to go through your paperwork right, not now, but right now. I need to do a bang check. I'm sweating and I'm hot. Let me see what my bangs look like. My bangs, I am sweating. So you guys, this is something that I repurposed. This was in my, let me show you the whole set. This was in my memorabilia. This was a gift from my play auntie, Greta Clark Wims, all right? And I never used it. I got it in my cotillion, 12th grade. Never, ever used it. Look at this. People don't have some people do have the vanity, and then they stroke their hair at night. I wasn't. So I said, you know what? I can use these things on my show when I do my bang check. Because everybody knows I do a bang check when I get, and then so I can just get myself together with my whole repurposed kit. And it's so nice, and it's nice silver. I probably need to polish it. It's just a little brush and comb and mirror. Isn't that hot? And I keep it, of course, in my show caddy. This is my show caddy where I keep all my stuff, okay? All right. So we're sorting. We're sorting through all the paper in the house. Get your sort all the way on. Don't miss out. Get your paperwork together. We talked about if you're taking one of those loans out during the pandemic. You want to keep that, okay? You want to get your paper organized. I repurposed these. I'm going to put this under here. You want to get everything organized so when you have to show proof or some tax information, then you have it all organized and ready to go. And you're not shuffling around with deadlines and not knowing where your paperwork is. Get your paperwork organized now. Do you hear me? Not now, but right now. All right. So we're going through paper. I'm touching every piece of paper, people. We're sorting. We're on step 2. We already got it. We already got it. Okay, what kind of time am I looking at? Okay, we already got it. We got all the paperwork in one place. If you have a lot of paperwork, find a space where you can leave it junky and come to it every now and then to go through your papers. Go through your papers. It's important. All right. So, and now we are sorting. Okay, we're making the first part of the sort. It's going to be sorts. There's going to be 2 sorts. This sort is just keep. I'm figuring out what papers I need to keep, okay? It doesn't matter if they're medical, personal, business, just put them all together in a keep pile. What you want to do is weed out the stuff that you're going to recycle, shred, and then throw away, okay? So, this is a payment that we already made with our health benefits. We're going to shred that, all right? I throw away the bills for health for my health benefits, but I don't throw away my explanation of benefits. I keep those. Unless I change insurance, I'm going to keep those forever, okay? This is important paper to keep. Oh, I have cards. Cards we scan. We have to keep up with our scanning. We're going to keep these cards. All right. Best pick reports. I say I'm going to go through this, and I never go through this. And I probably need to. I don't know if you guys get these all over America, but these are like the best places to get any kind of home improvement or work done on your house or apartment in the area that you live in. It seems a little handy, but I never use it. I'm going to recycle. Sorry. And I may unsubscribe to that. I'm keeping this. Okay. Any kind of personal note that people send me. Love you, Mommy. I keep that. All right. Oh, this I'm keeping. Any kind of personal memorabilia, I keep. Okay. This is something I want to do. Keep that. Keep that. Trying to think of something else that you guys need to keep. Let me look at my notes real quick. I got a cheat sheet over here. Okay, let me look at my cheat sheet. Okay, and while I'm looking at my cheat sheet, oh my God, sitting at my desk right now, purging papers. Yes, Shar, purge on. Get rid of that stuff. You need your desk. You need your sanity. Paper can make you go crazy, all right? Don't spend too much time because you'll be turned off, all right? So, according to my cheat sheets, and this is just information I got from Suze Orman, who is a financial analyst. I don't know if you guys know her. Some people agree with her tactics, some people don't. But she had the most, for me, the most accurate, why can't I get this shred? The most accurate expiration or retention time for papers. Okay, so receipts, expiration of warranty or return and exchange. So don't keep any receipts unless it's expired, okay, or the warranty is up, okay. You don't want to keep all those receipts. This I need to keep. These are just cleaning calendars for the kids. Actually, I don't need all these. This is the kids, and I can recycle this. All right, explanation of benefits. You also always want to keep, okay? You want to keep your utility bills, let me see what hospital bills. You want to keep your medical bills for 3 years. I keep my medical bills longer than 3 years, especially if you've had a major surgery. You want to keep them longer, okay? 3 years. If you feel comfortable in 3 years throwing it away, go for it. I like to keep mine longer. I'm keeping my explanation of benefits. All right, so these are, what is this? Oh, so I went to the dermatologist, right? And, here are some prescriptions, but these are old, so I'm going to shred these. Okay, prescriptions. I have new ones that I've refilled. They have this explanation of directions and stuff. I don't need to keep all of these. I only need to keep the most recent one. Throw that away. That has your information on it. This I can, shred it because it has your information on it. This I can recycle. That's just an envelope. Here's a personal letter. All right, so I went to the dermatologist, and I have eczema, and it's gotten bad since the pandemic. And she wants me to take a shot in my body once a month for eczema. I think I'm going to just scratch it out. Shred. No, I just don't. At this time, I don't feel comfortable giving myself a shot for eczema. All right, this is information that I need. Okay, business information. You want to keep anything that's active, any active contracts. I even archive my business information. This is personal, any personal letters you want to keep and put in memorabilia. This is an announcement for a webinar, but it also has, what did you get started? How did you, this I can recycle. All right, so you want to go through every piece of paper, people, every piece of paper. See, I have sticky notes and stuff. You got to go through this. If you're going to go through all your paperwork, you got to be honest with yourself. Touch it, look at it, see what it says, see if it's important, and then you decide whether you're going to keep it, this is my keep, whether you're going to recycle it, whether you're going to shred it, if it has sensitive information, or whether you're going to trash it, all right? Recycle. Actually, I don't think you can recycle Post-its. I'm not sure. If somebody can tell me. I don't think you can recycle Post-its because of the stickiness, so I'll just throw it away. Throw away. And I'm looking at each piece of paper. And I'm making a 3-second decision. Am I going to keep it? Do I need it? Do I need? Do I love? And do I use it? Remember the dance? Need. Everybody love and use. One more time. Need. Love. Use. That's what you want to keep. You only want to keep those things that you need, you love, and you use. Otherwise, why is it in your house? Why is it cluttering your space? Why is it all in your face? Why is this just a disgrace? Is somebody at the door? Okay. Oh, interesting. All right. So you want to keep those things. I'm going to repurpose this. These are some more just blank sticky notes. I'm going to put those in my caddy. All right. More receipts. This is a receipt that was shipped to Fashion Nova. Now, Fashion Nova, I bought something there and I needed to return it. They still haven't given me the information about my return. So I'm going to keep this receipt until the transaction is finished, okay? You want to keep certain receipts. This is garbage. This is garbage. These are some coupons. Sometimes we cut out coupons. We say, oh, we're going to use them. We need to look carefully at the expiration date. And this says 9/22. I missed it. Let's recycle that. This Grubhub, DoorDash, I'm almost wishing that I can probably call them and get off the mail list, but I need to get off the mail list on that. Okay, so I'll get off the mail list on that, and I'll recycle it. This is another expired prescription, but because it has my name on it, anything that has sensitive information, your name, your medical prescription records, your social, your birthday, or anything that makes you uncomfortable that you think you're going to get hacked for, shred that, okay? This is business. I need to keep that. I'm making sessions? I'm making decisions within 3 to 5 seconds. What am I keeping with this paper? Why am I keeping it? I'm only keeping things I need, love, and use, okay? Or I'm going to recycle it. I got to get rid of this paper. Get this paper done and organized. Or I'm going to shred it, all right? This is a manual. I don't need this manual. You want to know why? Because I can go online and get the manual. Sometimes the manual will have a warranty in it, and then you want to keep that until the warranty is over, okay? What is this? This looks important. Look at this stickeroo. It's not called stickeroo, but it looks important. What is this? This is my benefits continuation that I think got denied. Yeah, this got denied. There's no fighting this. I appealed it. They were like, no. It has hella sensitive information. Shred. Shred. Okay? What is this? I keep my registration, car registration renewal until the next registration. Keep that, okay? That's an active thing. Here's a meeting agenda. That's to recycle. All right, so we're going through paper. We've already got it, and this is a mess. This is starting to be a mess, and it's going to be a mess. Trust and believe. It's going to be a mess in your house. Uh-oh, my shred sign came off. That's what's here, okay? So you want to get all your papers together. Let me tape that differently. You want to get all your papers together. You want to gut all your papers into one room. If you have the benefit of having a home office, you can just take all the papers out, collect all the papers from the house, and take them to the home office. You can create a space on the floor, okay? You can get on the floor. Get on the floor. Get on the floor with your paper. Hey, hey. Didn't I sound just like Michael Jackson? Get all the paper on the floor. It's organized with me. Hey, hey. All right, so you can get on the floor. You can put all the paper on the floor. Just make sure you have a place where you can spread out. And when I say all the paper, people, all the paper. Go into your car. Go into the side of your door. Go into the visor. Go into the trunk. Get every piece of paper you think might be everywhere. Get the paper out of the kids' room. Get the paper everywhere. And it might be a lot of paper, but hey, guess what? You collected it. It's time to go through it. It's time to organize. It's time to get through it. And I bet you, if you go through all the paper, if you gut all the paper in your house, you will never collect that much paper. So I'm showing you some tips. The first thing you need to do is gut. Get all the paper. Now we're sorting. We're figuring out whether we're going to keep. We're figuring out whether we're going to recycle. We're figuring out whether we're going to shred. Okay? You have to be red, shred. All right? Or recycle. Okay? So we're sorting. These are some, look at these little cutie patooties. I actually got these from a client. Stuff that makes me look important. Look at that. Those are so cute. I try to find these again. Then it is papers that I don't understand. I may or may not use these. I don't know. Okay. Then it's headed to the shredder. That's my shred. Okay. And finally, useless notes. All right. I may use this. Okay. Or I may gift this. I haven't decided because I don't really need them, and my system is color-coded, but I just thought they were fun, all right? But I'm going to keep those. All right. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh, I had a little rudeness. All right, Student Code of Conduct. This is old. This is for the 2019-2020 year. You can repurpose this for scratch paper if you want to. I think that's what we're going to do. I don't have a repurpose. Let me make a repurpose pile, okay? We're going to repurpose this. It just seemed like a little too much paper to throw out, and it's just a copy. So we'll repurpose this, okay? This is the repurpose pile. That's a new pile, repurpose, okay? Because it was a lot of paper. I didn't feel like recycling all that paper, okay? We're going through all our paper. We're deciding what we're going to do with it within 5 seconds of looking at it. This is important information. That's the key. Notice how I'm looking at one thing. I'm not keeping it for a long time, and I'm making a decision whether I'm going to keep it, which is these green baskets, whether I'm going to recycle it, or whether I'm going to shred it. Okay? You can do this. Just start with 30 minutes a day. Don't spend hours doing this like me. You're not crazy. You're not a professional organizer. You don't get a kick out of this. I love this. Okay? If you don't love going through your papers, 30 minutes, and then stop. And then come back when you're ready. Do not try to tackle all your paper all at once, okay? Unless you have help, which you can get your family involved. This is a vehicle emissions, and this is for my husband's car. We're going to keep that. I keep those until we have to get the next one. This is sentimental. I keep certain things. This is an application for the Department of Athletics at Fulton County Schools. We're going to recycle this, okay? This is a receipt for auto repair. Let's see how long it is. We're going to keep this for insurance purposes because my husband, somebody had an accident with him not too long ago, and it's like an insurance claim for the repair. So we're going to keep this for, I'm probably up to 3 years, just in case. I don't know. You probably don't need to keep it that long, but I am. Here is a way to hang up a hanger from IKEA, recycle. I don't need any manuals because I can Google it. I can go online and get a manual. To my wonderful wife, oh, I'm going to keep that. Any kind of sentimental card. You know how you get your health card and you have this little leftover piece? You don't need that, but you do want to shred it, okay? Here's some more manuals. Unless they have a warranty in the manual that you're honoring, you don't need it. Recycle that puppy. I said puppy. Cup holder. I don't know. What cup holder manual? Unless it has a warranty in the manual, you can Google the manual, okay? Or search any kind of manual for any kind of device. This is for my husband. This is another manual. Why do I have all these manuals? Computer repair. Expires 2016. Recycle. Okay. Any receipt that's expired or the warranty is over on the receipt, get rid of it. Any vehicle repair that's I kind of keep for a year or maybe like up to 3 years. I don't know why. You only really need to keep it for a year, but I like to keep it. My extermination plan, I keep that. Okay. I can toss that bag. This is food Food receipts, try not to get them, okay? You know what I noticed that I don't have is ATM receipts. When I go to the ATM, what kind of time am I looking at? Oh, I'm going to have to go. All right, so part one is almost over. So I'm running out of time. But you know how you go to the ATM and they ask you if you want a printed receipt? No, don't do that. Saves paper, okay? You don't need that receipt. You can see it on the screen. Some ATMs have that option. Or you can have your phone connected to your bank. You know, get a bank app on your phone and then check it that way, digitally. Try not to get those receipts. Here's another manual. You can throw that away, all right? Here's some vehicle repair from 2 years ago. We're going to just keep that. I know you don't have to keep it that long. Manual, vehicle repair. What is this? Oh, this is the information about our Christmas tree. Okay, we bought, for the first time in a year, first time in my life, a fake Christmas tree. I don't know why I kept this. I don't know if you can recycle this, okay? Sometimes it will say you can recycle this, but this has like a glossy finish. I'm going to try to recycle it. But you got to be careful with what you're recycling. The exterminator receipt, you want to keep that, because if you have a contract that's ongoing, keep that paperwork, all right? Do I have any questions? I take a picture of the memorabilia letters before trashing it. Good, good. Yeah, if you want to take a picture of the memorabilia, instead of keeping on to the hard copy, go ahead and throw it away, okay? Take a picture first, I'm sorry, and then throw it away. What is this? This is census verification. What is this? And where is this from? Oh, this is for my kids. We don't need that anymore, and we're going to shred that. Here's another. Any home repair receipt you want to keep. Your mortgage, of course, you want to keep. Manuals, we can throw those away. You guys, I've had this notebook forever. I have never used it. Homeowners record keeping. I have never used it. I don't think I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to donate this, all right? I'm going to make another donate. Just donate this. If you want it, let me know. I'll send it to you. Homeowners, it's a nice book, but I have a different way to keep my records. All right? And I'm almost finished. Okay, before we go, oh, and this is just something I was going to do art project with. I'm going to keep it. All right, so my bucket is empty. This is where I kept my mail. When these two things get full, I go through it. That could be in 2 weeks. That could be once a month, all right? So I sort it, okay? Well, first I got it. I got all my papers around here. I showed you the systems. And we'll come back next Sunday, and you'll see part 2 of how I finished sorting this, purge through it, and then create the filing systems, all right? So we got it. We got everything together. Then we sort it, okay? We put them in categories, what we're going to keep. Look at my keep. I went from 2 baskets down to 1, okay? That's my keep. Look at all the stuff I'm recycling. Look at that. I'm shredding. I'm going to take this to either Office Max or which one is open? Office Depot, Office Max, and I'll have them shredded on site for me where I watch them shred it. Or you can drop it off at your UPS store, or you can have a truck come and shred it, all right? And then I have a pile that my husband needs to go through that I'm going to put back in here. And then I have a repurpose. Well, I'll take this down to the paper drawer downstairs in our house. And then I have a donate. And I always have an ongoing donation pile all the time, okay? So, you guys, next week, we're going to continue going through our paper. If you're going through your paper right now, take a break, come back. If you're going to tackle your paper next week, gut all your paper. I'm serious. That's like the major important thing with paper. You got to get all the paper together in one place. If you're not going to do that part, just forget about it. You're never going to get organized. I say never. All right, so you want to get all your paper together, and then you start sorting it out. Things you're going to keep, recycle, shred, and then stop there. And then we'll go through the next steps next Sunday on Simply Straight. Sunday, and Simply Straight, hey, Simply Straight. Sunday, get organized. Now, need. One more time. Love. Last time, you. All right, guys, bye. I know I'm crazy. Can I even sing? Next.